Hey guys, so you all know that movement adds a lot to films. A simple pan or tilt can make a video look a lot more appealing, of course, but it can also make it flow a lot more, which is important when creating tech videos and rambling on about specs. Sometimes though, the movement of a video head can get a little boring, but not to worry, there are absolutely tons of machines and gadgets you can use to get your camera moving in ways you never could before, and the simplest of which is a slider. The one I've got in front of me comes from a little known brand called Selens, and this is their Nordic N1 slider. After using it extensively for a few weeks, here are my thoughts. Off the bat, this slider confused the hell out of me. It came with a really professional carrying case, and overall the slider just looks professional, but the box was ripped, and one of the little rubber bumpers fell off and was lost in the bag. Thankfully though, the slider wasn't damaged, so I got it out, and from the box to ready, it took me just 5 minutes. The N1 is absolutely packed with features, and I'll try to cover them all here, starting with the flywheel. This is a belt-driven slider, so it allows for the addition of this weighted piece, and essentially what it does is it adds a bit more smoothness to the slides, as well as providing you with a handle to move the camera without touching it. The bearings I found to be incredibly smooth, and the rails are carbon fiber, but make no mistake about it, this slider is heavy. There are several cheese plates with different thread sizes all over the place, so mounting is definitely not a problem here. Of course you're going to get the standard things you would expect, like adjustable legs and a leveling bubble, but what amazes me about the N1 is the little extras that are extremely handy but never anything you would think of. For starters, almost everything in the slider system is hand adjustable. Things like attaching and removing rails, or tightening and loosening the belt, and even adding the flywheel. It can all be done tool free. The one thing that really gets me though is a unique feature that, to the best of my knowledge, only can be found from Selens, and that's the simple bowing stabilizer. If you use a slider on top of a single tripod, it can start to bend with the weight of your camera, but in this case there are two knobs that extend on either side to create a kind of block at the tripod mount, and that removes all the bowing completely. In terms of the practical use, the N1 can support up to 15 pounds in weight and up to 9 with the flywheel attached. In my personal opinion, the footage you get out of this thing is right up there, if not above, brands like Kessler, speaking from experience. Here are a few test shots to give you an idea of what you can do with this thing, and remember that this all gets better with practice. So time to decide, if you had a couple $100 to spend, is the N1 your best bet? In my opinion, definitely. Of course you'll get some jitter in your footage when zoomed in, but that goes away with practice. If you do a lot of close-up work, you might want to look into something motorized, but other than that, this is by far my favorite and, in my opinion, the best option. And if you're a filmmaker or just decide that you need something a little longer, you can buy some extension rails from Selens and upgrade your slider extremely affordably. That about wraps up this review. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting that like button, subscribe to my channel while you're here, and follow me on Instagram as well for behind the scenes look at how these videos are made. And I'll see you guys in the next one.